Another day, another Kids Club Lock. And if you've watched the previous episodes, and more specifically the last episode, then you know that today we will be preparing for the gym fight with Misty. Especially since I've lost Bob the Pikachu and Cranky Pants the Sparrow. Luckily though, I still have some options for some good encounters, because I haven't done my Route 24 encounter yet, and if I want to, I can go south of Cerulean City to Route 5, just above the daycare center, and try my luck for another encounter there. So that's what we'll be trying to do today, along with training up all the Pokémon so we will be ready for the second gym badge. And so we crawl into the grass on Route 24 in the hopes of catching something new. Oddish. That is Duplicate Claws. Pidgey. Duplicate Claws. Dupes. Dupes. Yes. Thank you. With 7 levels higher, I'm not sure if a Gust will kill, and I'm also not quite sure what a Stab Quick Attack will do. So I stall with Sand Attack for a bit. And eventually decide that Quick Attack is probably the best option. And then it's time to train. Because before I can get to Route 5 for another encounter, I first need to do the whole Bill Pokemaniac bit. So I can open up the option to go into the house where the rocket stole the Dig TM. You know the drill. So we're doing the whole route with all the trainers first, and then we will go for another encounter. In the meantime, the biggest issue on this hiker's team is that matchup, but with a couple of sand attacks and a couple of gusts, that problem is solved. And then we can go to proceed to one-shot Geodude with Fine Whip. Next up, we face this girl who just can't stop telling people that she thinks her boyfriend is cool. And her Pokemon give us some decent XP, after which we get into a scrap with this hiker. And this is where the fun really begins. The Geodudes are actually fine, it's more the matchup that he sends in later. I reckon that I'm faster than the matchup, so I decide to go for Wrap, but then Wrap misses. And after matchup's Karate Chop, I decide that I want to preserve my Bellsprout because it's going to be important against Misty later, and I don't want to risk it getting killed before then. So I send in Oddish, who has to tank at least 2, maybe 3 critical hit karate chops. Which puts Oddish on dangerously low HP. So now I have to figure out some way to get Oddish out of there safely, while also switching in a Pokemon that can take another hit. And as you can see, my team is looking a little bit rough, so it's gonna be a tricky switch. Especially if I want to send in something that can take the Karate Chop well. In retrospect, that should have been Geodude, of course. It's just that I keep thinking that Karate Chop is a fighting move, which of course it isn't in Generation 1, it's a normal type move. But eventually, Air France gets the job done. Although then, Geodude throws a tackle and also drops Air France to dangerously low HP. So that means I have to take a little gamble, switching in a Pokemon that might be low HP, or I could not take a gamble and switch in Geodude, risking 25 tackles before either side faints. I decide to gamble on a Sand Attack miss and to try and get HP back using a super effective Absorb on Kombucha. And then I would be lying to you if I said that I didn't go to the Pokemon Center real quick. Let's jump forward to my next mistake. Vine Whip doesn't one-shot, and that means that Sandshrews' next Sand Attack is gonna matter, because I miss my second Vine Whip, and then Sandshrew crits on its next attack, dropping me all the way to 1 HP. But in the end, Pidgeotto saves the battle, and we get 2 nice level ups. So after 2 really close calls, we finally make it to Bill's house, who tells us that he got stuck combined with a Pokemon.
Of course, I mean, that's a very, very common, totally common thing.
After the whole Bill ordeal, the house with the rocket opens up to me, and also the path below Cerulean City, which has Route 5 and a new encounter, which I decide to go for just to be a little bit more prepared for Misty. And it's Abra, which is actually a really cool encounter, but also tricky. I think most people know that when you encounter a low-level Abra, its only move is Teleport. And so, since I don't have a Pokemon with Sleep Powder that is faster than Abra, my only 2 options are dealing damage and hoping that Abra's Teleport will fail, or throwing a Pokeball and hoping for the best. And by my estimate, the latter option has the better chance for success, so that's what I go for. I won't lie, that was pretty lucky. And after that, it's gym time. But let's have a quick look at the team first. On my team currently is a level 18 Bellsprout, a level 17 Oddish, a level 20 Pidgeotto, a level 19 Geodude, and a level 7 Abra. Misty's highest Pokemon is a level 21 Starmie, which means that officially I am allowed to level up my Pokemon to 21 as well, but I feel confident enough with the lineup that I have. So, what's the plan? Well, plan A is to use Sleep Powder on Staryu, and then set up Growth with Bellsprout enough times so I can one-shot with Vine Whip. With 3 Growth set up, I reckon I have enough firepower to take out the Staryu. Starmie, however, crits with a Tackle and eats a Vine Whip. But since Misty goes for an X-Defend on the next turn, it's a clean sweep for Bellsprout, and we pick up the second badge. All in all, this was a strangely fortunate run, with nice encounters, a couple of close calls, and a gym fight where we were never really in much trouble. So sorry, I don't have any Pokemon Kids Club minigames for you guys today, because the team pulled through in fine style. Maybe next time when we go to Vermilion City, Lieutenant Surge, the SS Anne, there might be some more trouble along the way, but for now, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me again soon for episode 6 of the Kids Club Lock.